guy doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground, but he knows how to sell you. And so it works for cars. You don't have to know more than you do about the car.
So
you walk away, and sooner or later, you're going to buy what the hell you want to buy anyway. And some salesman's going to reap the benefit of it, even if he didn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. But we don't want those dealers by any means. We get reports here and there, and we have talks with certain guys and try to increase. I'm not here to just drop people off. I'm here to educate them and make it where they can provide a better service and better product to their customers. And we're here to provide the product. We're here to provide the knowledge as well. And if they don't take it, I mean, they'll fall off naturally, if you know what I mean. If there's guys in your area that, you know, at this point, you know, that don't have the product in stock, we'll know what everybody has in stock. And if, you know, somebody wants to come in there and buy something that's feasible for that dealer to have stocked, then we'll take the sale directly and basically let them know I'm not going to send something to a guy that doesn't want to stock my product, because all I'm going to do at that point is have them on the dealer locator, and I'll send a customer of mine out to that guy. The guy walks into the business, and then he's sold on something else that you know, any number of other manufacturers floored for him, or we're doing spiffs and whatnot for salespeople. We don't play that game anymore, so we're no longer that ace in the back pocket, you know, so to say. You know, a lot of people will use us when the customer just won't be talked out of something else, and then they'll buy the product, and it'll take a while for it to get in or whatnot. Whereas we have the ability to make and stock as much product as is being ordered by dealers. So all dealers can have stock, and they can always have it in stock. So it's up to their cash flow. We understand hard times as well, but I can't knowingly send customers over there to get talked out of something just because something else is there. So we'll handle that customer, just to let you know. What else was it?
I think that was the first one. Okay. Because you already answered the audio part.
Okay.
Capacitance and inductance are opposites. Basically, if you take an inductor and you pass DC current through it, it'll act like a closed circuit. But when you begin to oscillate the current, the higher the frequency is, the more it will act like an open circuit. Capacitor will do the exact opposite.
Next is Trevor B9. Will you and Steve be at CES? I'll be there. I submitted a request about 2 weeks ago and was wondering what the wait time is. I know you're extremely busy. I was wondering if you were even alive.
Well, I am alive. Hang on. Uh-oh.
Sometimes I gotta step on his chest to keep him breathing.
I am alive, but the workload, especially toward the holidays, and everything that I've been catching up ever since I switched over to Windows 7 on that machine. It's the best way to equate, and I know this is going to be an awful analogy, but the best way to equate my case numbers and how even a small delay can impact everything that follows. It's kind of like a traffic accident on a major highway. You know, all it takes is one car to get flipped over, and you know, that one thing will cause the traffic to back up for miles upon miles, and any minor setback, like the whole internet thing right now, is going to result in a lot of things that has to be done, because you know it's not like I can skip over anything. If I have 50 requests in my inbox today and 70 tomorrow, you know, if I can't answer them one day, that doesn't mean that there's still 70 in there. No, that means it's 90 the following day. And you know, as I'm answering all these requests, it's not like everybody just sort of goes on hold. Oh well, hang on, everybody, let me answer these requests before we start typing again. No, they just keep on coming. And it's the thing about it is, if you've typed in a request on my online form, there's almost 100% chance that I got it. That form, that script doesn't fail. So if you submitted the request, I have the request. It's simply a matter of me finally catching up to where I get to it. The only possible way that the request has not is not going to be answered is if you've misspelled your email address. Now that very rarely happens, and usually if it does happen, somebody will just put the first part of their email address and then not put if it's at Hotmail, or Gmail, or Yahoo, or whatever. They just kind of let me figure that out, and I don't have time to guess. You know,
same thing with payments. There's I have customers that'll send a payment in, and I tell them exactly what needs to be on that payment, either PayPal or on a money order, the information that has to be there. And I'm telling you, if you're in a hurry, you better make sure that you slow down just a second when you make that payment or send that payment to make sure that all the information is there, because otherwise it is nothing but one out of a possible 940 customers, 950 customers, whatever now, that are making a payment. He has no idea who that is. There's no way of telling who that is.
And as far as the turnaround time, I can't honestly tell you, because I know one thing for certain. As soon as I tell you how long the turnaround time is, I'm going to wind up being wrong, because something else is going to come up. Or, you know, nothing at all might come up. Things that I've prepared for, you know, excess time might actually be used to answering a lot of the backlog that I have, so it might actually be much sooner than that, which still, you know, anytime I make any sort of a prediction, it's hardly ever held true. So all I can say is just if you're willing to be patient, if you're willing to wait for a PWK design, it's in my queue. There's in the request queue, there's right now probably 120 some items that I still have to review one by one, and I don't blow through them. I look at them individually. If I don't have the particular woofer built into my database, I go out online and research it. So you know, that's another thing that's being limited. Thankfully, most of the woofers that I work with are DD woofers, and as far as that's something else I wanted to address. People always ask me if I have any sort of favoritism toward DD. No, I really hate DD. I think it's... No, I'm just kidding. Somebody's going to quote mine that. No, it's just that I have an easier time working with a woofer that I actually have hands-on experience with. You know, it's the very same reason why I like working with, you know, Soundstream XXX or the Dayton MK3 Titanic 10-inch or any other woofer that I have on hand. And DD is just nice enough to where they send a bunch of woofers for me to, you know, blow up if I want to, take apart if I want to, you know, weigh it down with other materials if I want to. I essentially know those woofers like the back of my hand. So anytime somebody asks for a recommendation, I simply recommend what I can, you know, vouch for more than I can vouch for anything else.
Last part of that question was, will we be at CES? I will definitely not be at CES, as far as I know, but I thought I wasn't going to be at SEMA until a week before SEMA. So literally 1 week before is when we got those tickets to fly out there. I don't see myself going to SEMA, but there's always a possibility if something needs to be done and we have a meeting or whatnot that requires me, and more so than it requires me at the office, then I'll be there for. But it's all up to the prerequisites. You know, if I have to be there and DD needs me there, then that's exactly where I'll be. But otherwise, I'm going to be in the office. We've got a lot of stuff to catch up with, and we've got systems things that we're going through. We got all new pricing and everything for 2010, which begins at the 1st of February. So man, there's a lot of stuff to catch up with. We're always engineering stuff. That's nonstop. Always revisiting each thing that we do in the back. I mean, there's just to make it short. I mean, no, I don't see myself going. Jess might go. It just depends if multiple or enough international guys. That's where we meet them most of the time. If enough of those guys need Jess there at that show, then he'll meet them. But it won't be as the company in a booth or anything of that nature. It'll just be us there to meet up with those gentlemen after hours or walking around the show or whatnot.
As for me,
it's for a good laugh. Yeah,
I generally don't go to. I hate crowds. I don't go to events like this unless I'm needed at an event like this. So I don't know if by the time if you guys go and then if we have enough of the PWK Designs edition stuff from DD, then I suppose I could show up. By the way, if anybody's watching this video, my mom sends me all my T-shirts. So, yeah.
That's because my sorry ass isn't sending me T-shirts.
I figure.
I keep forgetting.
I figure that's a good tidbit of information there. Just about every T-shirt I own, my mom bought for me. She also buys me my socks.
Jess buys me T-shirts. Actually, I just borrow them and keep them.
Next, let's see. Brady Cott Camp. He got back? No, Brady Cott Camp. I have a 2008 Silverado regular cab and was wondering, 1, will 2 DD or AA Alcoholics Anonymous or something? I don't know what that is.
Could be Ascendant Audio, could be Addictive Audio.
Okay.